everyone, and welcome back to the MA1032 Course Introduction module. In the last video, we did a brief overview of the pre-calculus course, as well as introduced you to the two main online learning platforms that you'll need to be successful in this course, which were Canvas and WebAssign. In this video, we're going to talk about more detail about WebAssign and explain to you how you can prepare every day for class to successfully participate in the blended learning module employed by MA1032. So first of all, WebAssign, which is our online homework platform that we use for this course. It is your responsibility to sign yourself up in WebAssign. To sign up with WebAssign, there are two pieces of information you will need. The first is your own personal access key, and the second is your class key. For your personal access key, you will need to purchase this in order to complete all 14 weeks of MA1032. This can be purchased at the Michigan Tech bookstore. If you have not purchased an access code, don't panic, because you don't need one right away. WebAssign kindly offers all students a 2-week free trial period without any purchase. So you will need, by the end of that 2 weeks, to have made that purchase. The second thing that you need access to is the class key. Each section of MA1032 has its own distinct class key, and this class key can be found on the Canvas homepage. Remember, you need to consult your Canvas homepage for your WebAssign course key. Now, once you have the course key, it is your job to sign up for WebAssign as soon as possible. All assignments have been uploaded into WebAssign and will be made available by day 0. It is your responsibility to sign up and get started in WebAssign as soon as possible. If you have additional questions about completing the WebAssign registration process, on the Canvas homepage there has also been a student registration tutorial video made by WebAssign posted for your reference. Once you are signed up in WebAssign, what is the usefulness of WebAssign? Just as a reminder, WebAssign is where you can find all of your homework assignments, your course gradebook, and your course ebook. To access your course ebook, you can merely click on a tab on the left. To access the course gradebook, you can find it up at the top of the screen for a tab to access the course gradebook, and course assignments will appear on your home page with the course name as well as the due date. So, now, with all of this information in WebAssign, how do you prepare for class? The first thing that you will want to do is identify what is the pre-class assignment for a lecture. Pre-class assignments are labeled in WebAssign with an ending PC, standing for pre-class. The rest of the label on the front, the rest of the label for the assignment has the section numbers and possibly the section title depending on the assignment to reference in the ebook. It is your responsibility to open the ebook in WebAssign and read those sections before coming to class to see what sections are being covered in class on which day. Consult the course schedule on the Canvas homepage. After you have completed the pre-class reading assignment, you then want to go and click on the pre-class assignment itself. And the next step you will want to do is print a physical copy of it, like what I have here. You want to print a physical copy of it and have it up right side up, not upside down. You want to print the physical copy to bring to class because your instructor will work problems from this assignment as part of the class structure. And it is a great way for you to be able to take notes. I also recommend having 1 or 2 extra sheets of paper in addition to these to have a little more space to write work for the problems, because WebAssign is sometimes a little squished. In addition to bringing this pre-class printout to class with you, you will also want to always have access to a calculator for this course. A calculator is something that is required. A standard scientific calculator is something that has access to table features. Standard models could include one of 2 possibilities that I have here. I would recommend either the TI-84 or the TI-89. You may also use a TI Inspire if you so choose. The key is that your calculator also needs to be able to have some sort of a tabular feature, because we will use that at various points in the semester. Alright, so you now have your pre-class assignment and your calculator. You are ready to come to class. In class, as I said, your instructor will work through various problems from the pre-class assignment and answer any questions that you may have about course concepts, and possibly do a couple of extra examples from the assignment. Then, after class, your responsibility kicks in again some more. You want to go home and then work through the pre-class assignment in WebAssign. So not just what was written down in class, you need to, after class, go and submit the assignment electronically through WebAssign. Some of your numbers may be different than what was used in class, but the overall concepts in the questions will be the same. Additionally, there is another type of words can be difficult sometimes. Let's try that again. In addition to the pre-class assignments, there is another type of homework assignment in WebAssign called a weekly topics assignment. As the name implies, you will have one of these each week. These are a longer assignment than the pre-class assignments. The pre-classes are 10 to 15 questions long, and the weekly topics assignments are more around 20 questions long. These longer assignments are meant for you to be working on throughout the week, as they contain material covered all from previous points into the class up to this point, and you are not to wait to do them on the last minute. If you wait to do them on the last minute, that is your own way to torture yourself. Don't torture yourself. Work on it in advance in the class is highly recommended. There will be at most 2 weekly pre-class assignments and 1 weekly topics class assignment in WebAssign. All of these assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. The weekly topics assignments are due on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. and the course pre-class assignments are due on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. In addition to these WebAssign assignments, your instructor will also have information for you about a concept assessment that will be another weekly assignment, and your instructor will provide more details about the concept assessment in class, so stay tuned for that. The last thing I want to make sure to discuss with you before we move on to the next video is how does question submission work in WebAssign. So, in WebAssign, for each problem, there will be at least 1 box, possibly multiple boxes, if it is a long problem with multiple parts. For each box, you get 4 submission attempts. And with these 4 submission attempts, you want to use them in a mindful manner. To help you with this, we have a grading policy that we have implemented with your submission attempts. So for the first 2 submissions in WebAssign, though if you submit and you get the correct answer, you will get full credit for that part of the question. If on the 3rd attempt you get the correct answer, as WebAssign will tell you, you will receive a 25% reduction in your grade. So if the question is worth a point and you get the right answer on the 3rd time, you will get only 0.75 points rather than 1 point. And then the 4th attempt, if you get it correct on the 4th attempt, is you get you get a 50% reduction. So make sure you are mindful with your use of submission attempts. If you are ever confused on homework, get help. Seek help sooner rather than later. Your grade at the end of the semester will thank you for doing that. So, that wraps up this content for this video. Let's do a quick recap of what did we discuss. We looked over WebAssign, which is your responsibility to make sure to sign up for, so that way you can receive credit for all of the homework assignments. In WebAssign, there are 2 types of homework assignments: pre-class assignments, which there are 2 of each week, and weekly topics assignments. So each week in the course, you will have 3 assignments at most in total to submit in WebAssign. So make sure you are proactive in submitting these assignments ahead of the deadline and do not wait until the last minute. Hopefully after this video, you are also prepared with all of the essentials for what to come to class. If you don't remember, the quiz will help you remember. In the next video, we will finish discussing all of the course structure to pre-calculus. So thank you for your attention. Good luck on the quiz.